Africa's creative future is being shaped in classrooms and studios across the continent. Young, bold, and full of potential undergraduate artists are redefining artistic expression. Yet, their voices go unheard, their talents unseen. They face barriers to recognition, limited platforms, lack of support, and difficulty connecting with collectors, curators, and the global art scene. But what if the world could see what they see? In April 2024, we proved it's possible. 55 artists, 120 artworks, 20 universities, 12 million naira in sales, and 2,000 plus visitors in just 3 days. The inaugural edition of Emerging Expressions showed that when young talent is given a platform, extraordinary things happen.
I believe Emerging Expressions is a platform that will launch the creatives into practice, a platform we never had. And I'm glad this is coming at this point in time to allow them navigate the postgraduate aspect of their career, because most times it's always difficult to know where to turn after school. So Imagine Expressions, giving them this platform to show, is like a melting pot, bringing different schools together in Nigeria to show what they've been about over the years. So it is an avenue for them to know where to turn and how to serve their skills and how to pitch their practice post-graduation. So for me, I think it's a very great initiative that will impact the creative space, and not just locally, globally, because we put them out there for the world to see what this space is about in painting, sculpture, and the different areas of art as scholars coming from the university and pitching their practice here. Everybody should be on this platform because this is a great platform that will bring them into the limelight, that will give them that opportunity to pitch their talent, to show what they have got to say. For me, is a studio where they can sing visually, is a studio where they can launch and putting them in front of the world. That is what Imagine Expressions, people who have something to say. So beyond, Imagine Expressions is taking them beyond the four walls, giving them that opportunity to get seen, to get exposed. And I've seen the way the exhibition, the first edition was curated. It's a global standard. And this, I'm sure for some artists apart, is their first group exhibition and first platform, a cataloged exhibition to show what they've garnered in the last 4 years. So I believe this will go a long way to, in the next 5-10 years, we'll find established artists who started from Imagine Expressions and they've been flying globally. Yeah.
A lot of young aspiring artists, right, at the undergraduate level do not have any sort of experience when it comes to exhibiting and things along those lines. They just leave school and then they are thrust into the labor market at once. So what Imagine Expression does is to educate these emerging artists and cushion them in such a way that they are not overwhelmed by the demands of the art world. A lot of young aspiring artists, right, at the undergraduate level do not have any sort of experience when it comes to exhibiting and things along those lines. They just leave school and then they are thrust into the labor market at once. So what Imagine Expression does is to educate these emerging artists and cushion them in such a way that they are not overwhelmed by the demands of the art world. As a gallerist, what I personally always look out for is originality, right? In as much as they are young artists and they're still finding their foot when it comes to style and overall art direction for their practice, I think what Imagine Expression does is we are able to see some of these artists in their elements, right? We are able to see what they can offer, what they can potentially become, right? Because, I mean, nobody has all the answers, especially when they're just starting out. So, Imagine Expression bringing these artists into the limelight enables gallerists like myself to say, okay, this artist has what it takes to, thrive in the art market. And yeah, that's why Emerging Expressions is very important.
We are not just showcasing creativity. We are building bridges to opportunities through partnerships with way forward thinking organizations, art institutions, and brands. This is how we turn vision into visibility. Emerging Expressions will be Africa's leading platform for undergraduate artists, active in 10 countries, launching over 1,000 new art careers every year.
Imagine expression actually impacts me in a way that to push more, to do better. Aside the fact that I exhibited at Imagine Expression, I got my work sold, and that really inspired me. I want to do more, to be in an exhibition and get sold. It's also a major thing I want to do more. It means my work is being accepted. Like I actually got that confirmation that yes, I think I'm doing what people want. At the long run, after Imagine Expression, I see myself really speaking who I am. Yes, like I'm just being genuine out there, and funny enough, it's being accepted like just that way. And I'm actually very, very grateful for Imagine Expression, putting us out there and also giving us that platform to even get our works sold.
During the exhibition, I wasn't even sure if my textile work could have a place there because it's mostly paintings, sculptures, maybe digital works nowadays. I was like, mostly what people view as textile is usually the adire and things like that. They may be using Ankara on paintings or waxing and things like that, but I wasn't sure how my work would fit into that space. But I was encouraged by a senior who had also graduated from here, from my university, Aziz, to also put in, and I'm really glad I did. And through the exhibition, I was able to meet people that have gone far ahead of me in the art space, learn from them. Till today, we still connect. And I also was able to build a connection with stakeholders in the art space, one of which collected my art piece during the exhibition. So I believe this program, Emerging Expressions, is really important, particularly the panel sessions. I learned so much from the panel sessions.
As a digital artist, also an NFT artist, Imagine Expression gave me the chance to exhibit my artworks on an online art marketplace.
When I saw the level of publicity that Imagine Expression came up with, and then getting to that event, that environment, and how accommodating that environment was for me, it was great. And the joy it brought to we as artists who are coming up, it was something else. I think from the conversation I have with a whole lot of us, it was a great success. Before getting to the outer space, they need to have a pre-information of how the outer space is, what is happening out there before eventually going out there. So it doesn't come like a surprise back to the students. So Emerging Expression came to be that platform that give the students that that insight of what the outer space is like, which was one of the great challenges that we young artists face over time. When I started my art, My family felt I could do law, I could do something better. Why not do something better? So they called it. So for them, art was not better. You could do something better. And for me, art is where I found comfort, something I can do any day, any moment, with ease, with comfort. So they wanted me to do something else. And at the end of the day, after studying to a point, graduated from the university, I had to fall back to my art practice again. Now, the whole of that journey for me would have been put into art, making me a much more better person as an artist. So these are challenges that most of our young artists also face. Now, emerging expression, giving them that opportunity to exhibit while still in school, is something that is giving the students hope that their art can equally be acceptable out there, right? So even right in school, they are potential sellers of their works already. They are giving hope for the future already. They are giving opportunity to collaborate with great artists out there already. Sometimes from emerging expression, there was a platform, like there was an opportunity for a talk show, which gave them the opportunity to ask a lot of questions that were challenging them at that point. And most of them found answers to their questions right there. So going back to their homes or to their drawing board, they begin to see how they can tackle those questions that were arising in their minds. Another thing is material. How do you get the material? It still comes from the finances. So as a young artist, being able to put out the little you are doing, and it can be able to bring back something to you, no matter how tangible it is, converting them to material to get to where you are going to is something very great.
We are nurturing the next generation of Africa creative talents. This is more than art. This is culture. This is impact. This is emerging expressions. The future of African art begins here.